Imagine sinking beneath the surface of the ocean. The light fades, the water grows colder, and soon all you hear is the sound of your own breathing echoing inside your mask. Divers describe it as one of the most peaceful feelings in the world, until it isn't. Because sometimes, in the silence of the deep, something else makes a sound. Whispers that should not exist. Voices where no human could possibly be. Strange songs, knocking, cries, and even laughter echoing in the dark. Tonight, we are diving into the creepiest things divers have ever heard underwater, and by the end of this journey, you may never think of the ocean as quiet again. Many divers tell of hearing voices that seem to come from nowhere. Imagine being hundreds of feet below the surface, completely alone, when suddenly you hear someone call your name. It's not muffled, it's not distorted, it's clear. Divers have reported turning, searching with their flashlights, only to find nothing but darkness and empty water. Some believe it's a hallucination caused by nitrogen narcosis, a condition that affects the brain at depth. But others swear that what they heard was real, too real to be imagined. And what's most disturbing is that these voices often seem personal, calling names, whispering phrases only the diver would understand. Could the deep be echoing fragments of memory, or is something else whispering to them from the dark? There are also chilling accounts of divers hearing metallic banging while exploring shipwrecks. Picture swimming through the skeletal remains of a sunken ship, beams creaking under the pressure, when suddenly you hear knocking, like fists pounding on steel doors. Many wreck divers have described this exact sound, sometimes rhythmic, sometimes frantic, as if trapped sailors were still trying to escape, decades or even centuries after their deaths. Some try to explain it as shifting metal, currents moving debris, but others believe it is the sound of the dead, forever reliving their final moments at the bottom of the sea. One of the eeriest sounds ever reported comes from divers who claim to have heard singing. Not whale song, not machinery, but voices, choruses of voices echoing through the water. A group of divers off the coast of Norway swore they heard a faint choir, chanting in harmony, though there were no boats, no radios, no sources of sound anywhere nearby. They rose to the surface, only for the singing to vanish instantly. The same story repeats around the world. Ghostly songs, sometimes beautiful, sometimes chilling, carried on currents where no human voices should ever exist. Scientists insist that whales and dolphins produce sounds that can trick the human ear, but the divers who experienced it will tell you, these weren't animals, these were voices. Another terrifying phenomenon is when divers hear their own names. Imagine the crushing pressure around you, the silence broken only by your bubbles, when suddenly, clear as day, someone whispers your name from directly behind you. Many divers have reported this sensation, and some even claim to have followed the voice deeper into caves or wrecks, only to nearly run out of air. It's as if something in the water is luring them, calling them toward their doom. Is it just the mind playing tricks, or is something intelligent and perhaps malevolent waiting in the dark? Some divers describe laughter. Yes, laughter. One cave diver in Mexico swore that as he swam deeper into a pitch-black cavern, he heard faint giggling, like a child hiding in the shadows. He was so shaken he immediately turned back, terrified that if he kept going, he might discover the source. Others have described heavy breathing behind them, as if another diver were there, only to turn and find no one. These sounds haunt them long after they leave the water. There are also tales of divers hearing things mechanical, engines roaring in the deep where no ships are, propellers turning in total silence, and even radio static playing as if carried through the water itself. In one case, divers exploring an isolated region of the Pacific reported hearing what sounded like a distant alarm bell. No ships were anywhere near them. The sound followed them for several minutes, then stopped. They described it as feeling less like sound, and more like a message, a warning that they shouldn't be there. The most disturbing part of these stories is how personal they feel. Unlike the vast, natural sounds captured by hydrophones, the bloops, the rumbles, the songs of whales, these are intimate. They are voices, knocking, laughter, whispers, as if something in the ocean is not only alive, but aware of us, watching, waiting, and sometimes calling out just to see if we will answer. So what are these sounds? Some scientists say it's the mind under stress, the pressure of depth, the brain misfiring in the silence of the deep. Others say it's marine life making noises we don't yet understand. But many divers, the ones who have experienced it firsthand, refuse to believe those explanations. They insist that what they heard was real, that someone or something was there with them. The ocean is vast, unexplored, and filled with mysteries. Perhaps the strangest of all is that in the silence of the deep, you are never truly alone. And the next time you dive, the next time you sink into the black, listen closely. You might just hear something calling your name. Do you believe these stories are hallucinations, tricks of the deep, or proof of something paranormal lurking beneath the waves? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the creepiest sounds ever heard underwater, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow mystery lovers, and subscribe to the channel. Because the ocean is not silent, and together, we will keep uncovering its darkest secrets.